All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing his truth and faith sincerity. All right, this the brother Yatazakah coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash. All praises and honor due, and I pray through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. This lesson is edifying, and I want to entitle this lesson Hell is going to be on earth, man. All right, because hell is not going to actually be a underworld that you go to, and you're punished forever. That's not what hell is going to be, man. Hell is going to be here on earth, man. All right, hell is like a state of condition that you're in, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get. Okay, when you go into the definition of hell on Google. Now, you got one definition that speaks about Sheol, Sheol, you know, uh, which Esau got in blue letter is a underworld, a place where you're, Hades ultimately, Hades, a place where it's burning, everybody just burning forever, man. All right. Well, this not what hell is, man. Hell is just a pit, or a place of torment or suffering, which is going to take place here. It's going to be a lot of hella suffering and torment. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick, man, because the scriptures speak about torments when they speak about hell, in correlation with hell. So let's see what torments. Let's read the scripture about torments real quick. This Second Ezra chapter 9 in verse uh 9. It says, what's like it? Yep. Then shall they be in pitiful case which have now abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. Shall dwell in torments. So that's not talking about hell, man. All right, it's not talking about hell. It's talking about the position, the condition that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to take all those through who have been disobedient to him, man. Are all those who he has slated for annihilation. All those who are not a part of the elect, ultimately, you know, they're gonna take part in hell, man. So I got this word hell in Google on Google, and it says a state or place of great suffering and unbearable experience, man. Right, man. So that's what hell is gonna be, a state or place of great suffering, man. And unbearable experience, which that's what time we coming into. Matter of fact, let's get this right here. Let's get this right here. This Jeremiah. Sure you brothers already know where I'm going. Let's get this real quick. This Jeremiah chapter 30 in verse 7. It says, Alas, for that day is great that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it's a time of Jacob's trouble, man, which there's going to be no time like the time of trouble that Jacob's trouble is going to be, man. There's going to be that great suffering, man, that unbearable experience, man. It tell you in second, matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that real quick. The second Ezra. Let's get that. Who should not be utterly beaten to powder, man, in his presence, man. you know. And if fire consumes your ass, you'll turn to powder, man. And that's because you how about myself literally finna put fire on these people's ass, man. This let's start up a little bit, man. This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 2. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair and bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Yeah, so be sorry. Why? Because you got destruction at hand, man. All right. It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Right? A fire is sent among you, man. All right. fire. You know what I'm saying? Fire, like if you got fire on your ass, you're in a position of great suffering, man. You know, if you get burnt up, you're in a position of great suffering. Well, if you under fire, you know they got a saying like that in the world, like you're under fire, man. If you under fire, that means you under pressure, man. You know, you're on the verge of being consumed by whatever's going on, man. And we know the spirit of the Lord is a consuming fire, man. So his anger can be in semblance to fire, man. And he'll put your ass under fire, man. You know, so that fire that's gonna be sent among you, you know, is gonna be the state of condition that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is finna put, you know, these people in upon the earth, man. You know, which ultimately is gonna turn into a literal fire, which is gonna be onslaught of nuclear missiles, man. An onslaught of nuclear missiles, which in the components of nuclear missiles contain fire and brimstone, man. And he's gonna actually consume the foundations of the earth with that, man. You know, it's primarily here in America. You know, this in the same chapter, Salaki. Let me jump down. This is 2nd Ezra 16:9. It says, "A fire shall go forth from his wrath. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, man. You know, which that's manifold, man. That fire. Matter of fact, let's see what we get for the word fire on Google. Let me look that up real quick, brothers. Hold on. Fire. Okay. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Hold on. You got one definition says look, peep this. It says strong criticism or antagonism. Strong criticism or antagonism. What's gonna be Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's strong criticism and antagonism? Well, that it tell you about that Isaiah 66, but let's get that real quick. Bro. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, his antagonism and his criticism is gonna be through destruction, man. You know, this how he's gonna criticize and antagonize you. This is Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua will come with fire." So look, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is coming with fire, man. You know, which this literal fire he's coming with. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna come with the chariots, you know, where it's going to be shooting out concentrated fire, which are those laser beams. Then you got those ICBM nuclear missiles that's going to bring fire. Then you're going to have literal fires breaking out throughout the earth. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua has, he's going to put you under fire, man. A state of condition of fire, man. That's that strong criticism and antagonism, you know. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." And his rebuke with flames of fire, man. So that's how Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to correct you, man. Because you go into that word rebuke, it goes into correction, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to rebuke you with flames of fire, man. All right. And his anger is going to be fury, which is violent anger, man. Fury goes into violent anger, which is his violent anger is going to be this hell that's going to come upon the earth, man. It says, "For by fire and by his sword would the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua plead with all flesh." So that's how Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to plead with all flesh, is by fire, man. Okay? So that's the hell. That's the hell, the state of condition that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to put the vast majority of these people, the masses of these people on the earth in, man. Hell is going to be on earth, man. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is finna judge all flesh by fire and by the sword, man. You know, and ultimately, even if you are man of the Lord or one of his chosen, you have to go through that fire, man. You know, that's that fiery trial. You know, you either have to go through the fire, or actually which is the state of conditions that you're gonna be put in, you know, which everybody's gonna be tried during the hour of temptation. Everybody gonna have to go through the fire, man. And then some are gonna get brought through that fire, which is gonna be the positions that they put in, and some not gonna be brought through that, you know. Um, but it was some more on that definition for fire. Let me see if I can get it. Fire. It says the shooting of projectile from weapons. The shooting of projectiles from weapons, which you go into. Man, let's get that. Let's get that spirit, because I ain't even had these precepts. Let's get this in Jeremiah 50. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. It says, the Lord Yahweh Shemashah have opened up his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Now look, we just read in this definition that a fire on Google, it says the shooting of projectiles from weapons, man. So whatever projectiles is coming from a weapon could be fire, man. Which Yahweh Shemashah has opened up his armory and the weapons of his indignation, man. Which you go into that word weapon, let's go into that word weapon. Let's go into that word weapon in Jeremiah 50 and 25. Jeremiah 50, verse 25. It says, the Lord Yahweh Shemashah have opened up his armory and brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Okay, so let's go into that word weapons. Let's go into it. Weapons.
Strong's H3627. Kelly.
It says article vessel. Utensil. So pretty much a vessel, man. A vessel, man. A vessel is a weapon, man, which Yahweh Shemashah can use. It's multiple vessels on this earth, man. Or it's multiple vessels on this earth that Yahweh Shemashah can use to bring forth projectiles. Like he can use an animal, and the shooting of their projectiles could be considered, them eating your ass alive, or he could bring forth famine on you, which you're starving to death, which the projectiles of that is your body consuming, your body decaying, your body being malnutrition. He could bring forth the weapon of an actual human being vessel, who has a weapon of war to slaughter you to death, or he could actually bring forth, these missiles, which release warheads, man, which he's literally gonna do all these things, which that's gonna be all out hell, man. Like in Amos the 5th chapter, it speak about how the day of the Lord is gonna be like as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or he escaped from that bear, and then he met a serpent, that's what the day of the Lord is gonna be, man. It's gonna be all out hell, man, from every corner, man, from every facet, So let's go back to this word fire on Google. Hold on, I'm gonna read the rest of this Jeremiah 50. It says fervent or passionate emotion or enthusiasm, which we're supposed to be on fire. See, it's multiple definitions for the word fire and the word hell, man. You could be in a condition of great suffering, man, or torments, man, which this what we coming into, man, the time of Jacob trouble, man, a tribulation that like has never been, man, a tribulation like has never been. That's that great torment and great suffering. It says what else we got here? Ooh, you go into the verb for fire. It says send a message aggressively, especially as one of a series. So Yahweh Shemashah is going to aggressively send a message. How is he going to do that? By putting you through some horrendous torments, man. Some great sufferings, man. He's going to send a message, man. He's going to put you on the fire, which is going to be this going to be hell on earth. It says dismiss an employee from a job. Ooh wee! But that's what he's finna ultimately do to Esau Edom, man. All right, he's finna bring hell to his heaven. Esau's gonna be brought down to the pits of hell, man. You know, to the pits of hell, man. You know, that's why I speak about that in Isaiah the 14th chapter about how hell beneath is moved to meet thee, man. You know, that's the position of and condition that Yahweh Shema Shai is finna ultimately put, you know, Esau Edom in, man. You know, and all the wicked, you know, behind him, man. He's finna put you in a position of great suffering and hell, man. All right, starting here on the earth when he brings down your kingdom in the greatest fashion that's ever been. And then when Esau Edom goes into 1,000 years of slavery, hardcore bondage, he gonna literally be in hell, which we gonna get that. We're gonna touch on that. You know. Let me finish. Let me see if it's some more on this definition. I'm gonna finish the Jeremiah 50:25. It says, let's see. Show sudden anger. Yep, and Yahweh Shema Shai is anger. Well, you go into the word indignation, it means righteous anger. Which, let's read this Jeremiah 50:25. This Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have opened his armory and brought forth the weapons of his indignation. So his anger, you know, the weapons of his anger, you know, so you know that's the different you know, gadgets, you know, that the Lord is gonna use in his hell that's gonna actually be here on earth. You know, it says, for this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. In the land of the Chaldeans, land, you know, which the land of the modern day Chaldeans are these Edomites, man. You know, there's these modern day Babylonians, man. You know, these witches and warlocks, man. Damn Idumeans, man. All right, that's you Edomites, man. All right, you're the modern day Chaldeans, man. You're the modern day Babylonians, man. Okay. And this is Babylon. America is Babylon, and hell, the core of hell, the heart of hell is gonna be right here in America, man. You know, this where Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna set ablaze and set a fire the most at. You know, so let's go back to 2nd Ezra 16. It's back at 2nd Ezra 16 in verse 9. A fire shall go forth from his wrath. You know, the weapons of his indignation. You know, that's how he gonna plead with all flesh. And who is it? Who is he that may quench it? Right. So, and hell's supposedly supposed to burn forever. Can't nobody put out the fires of hell. You know. Well, Yahweh Shema Shai's anger when he lets loose, can't nobody stop his anger from ensuing, man. You know. Yeah, it's gonna accomplish to whereunto he sent it, man. You know, which whereunto he sent it is to for those who have despised his law to dwell in torments, you know, and know it after death by pain. You know, it says, I'm gonna just jump now to 11. It says, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence, man. Yeah, so and the Lord is threatened, man. You know, well, he sent his ambassadors, man. You know, scriptures speak about, I think that's in Jeremiah the 50th chapter 2, if I'm not mistaken. When it speak about how, or it might have been the 49th chapter, but it speak about how an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, man. You know, so Yahweh Shema Shai done let you know what he was finna do, man. You know, matter of fact, yeah, that was Jeremiah 49:14, man. You know, matter of fact, I'll read it. This is Jeremiah 49:14. I have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. An ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to battle, man. And the her is Babylon, man. You know, which Yahweh Shema Shai is going to, you know, use these different vessels, these different kings of these different nations to rise up and bring the weapons of his indignation upon this place, man. You know, which is going to be, you know, America literally being hell. You know, this place being hell on earth, man. You know, when you got projectiles been shooting from a weapon, which are gonna be these warheads, man, which are literally gonna be getting shot, in the earth, man. Which these warheads, if you see a warhead coming, that's hell right there, man. That's hell on your ass, man. Including if you got all other type of things to worry about, man. You got wild beasts to worry about. You got starving to death to worry about. You got uh uh crazy psychotic people on the loose to worry about, man. And then you got to worry about a missile, which literally when it touchdowns, it's gonna set a fire, man. It's gonna set a fire, that's not gonna be put out for a long ass time, man. Whereas it tell you that uh the America gonna be on fire for a long ass time, man. It's gonna be left as a memorial, man. It's gonna be left as a memorial, you know. So America's gonna be set ablaze, man. Millions, 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles. Millions of nuclear missiles, man. It's gonna be scorching this place, man. This place gonna be on fire for a minute, man. And this, these nuclear missiles, man. Hey, the compounds in these nuclear missiles, man, will really f you up, man. F you up, man. F some stuff up, man. What is one specific warhead that can destroy Texas by itself, man. So you got an onslaught 200 million missiles coming, man. Is literally gonna set this place ablaze. That's the lake of fire, which is hell, man. Which is hell on earth. That's hell, man. All right. All these missiles coming through, dropping got fire and brimstone and setting this place on fire, man. That's hell, man. That's what's coming to this place. This place is gonna be hell, man. It says, let me see. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra Salaki. I'm gonna read that one more time. So, these people gonna be utterly beaten to powder, man, at the presence of the Lord. Which the presence of the Lord, to say the Spirit of the Lord is as a consuming fire, man. So the presence of the Lord is a consuming fire, man. Is a consuming fire. It said, who should not be utterly beaten to power at his presence? Why? Because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be consuming these people in his anger, man. Which is going to be his spirit. His spirit is going to be in all these spirits that are created from vengeance, the weapons of his indignation, man. That's what goeth forth from his wrath, man. And that's the hell that's going to be here on earth, primarily here in America, which is known as Babylon in the scriptures, man. So it says the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai shall threaten, which we read about how the ambassador was sent unto the heathen, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder in his prison, man. So if fire, well, look at Lot's wife. Lot's wife was turned to powder, man. She was turned to powder, a pillar of salt, man. That's powder, man. Okay, and that's what a lot of people are gonna be beaten. They're gonna be beaten to powder, man. Because even if you're not alive when these nukes touch down on you, if you're not a part of the remnant of Yahweh Shema Shai, your body is still going to be consumed, or what's left of it, whatever elements are left of your body, if you get lucky, are going to be consumed in this lake of fire, man. Are going to be consumed in this lake of fire, which is going to be hell, man. All right. So let me get some of these scripts, because I got some scripts too. I got a few scripts, man. I'm going into this to prove that hell is gonna be here on earth, man. You got people talking about hell, I don't want to go to hell, man. Man, your ass finna go to hell. Hell finna be here, man. All right. That's why people think they can do whatever the hell they want to do, man. All right, because they think that, man, hey, I cannot have been done something bad enough for me to go to a place, where I burn eternally forever, man. The little bad I did, man, I know God ain't gonna, God is merciful. He wouldn't do me like that, man. He would send me to a place where I can burn forever, man. Yeah, you damn right. Yeah, how about Shema Shai is not merciful like that, man. All right, but he's gonna put your ass through hell. You're gonna go through hell. Please believe that, man. And that's that affliction that Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna bring upon everybody that's upon the earth, man. But the only ones that's gonna escape from that affliction is the elect, But let's read this in Jonah, because this is one of my favorite accounts to pull out for hell. You know, this to prove that hell is not a place that you go to. You know, this Jonah chapter 2 and verse, I start from 1. Then Jonah prayed unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua his power out of the fish's belly, because Jonah was you know, if you know the story of Jonah, you know, Jonah was on he was told by the Heavenly Father, you know, to go into Nineveh, you know, which was a wicked ass city uh in Babylon, you know, and prophesies, man, and let them know, you know, that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is finna destroy them for their wickedness, you know. But Jonah, you know, tried to depart from the voice of the Lord. You know, he tried to escape the will of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He went to flee to Tarshish on a I mean, it's like he went down yeah he went down to Joppa and got on a ship to flee to Tarshish, you know, from the presence of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But what it tell you, we just read about who should not be utterly beaten to powder at the presence of the Lord, which is your ass being put in a position of hell, you know. So Jonah, you know, he tried to run, and then ultimately the ship he got on had, you know, these heathen, and Yahweh Shem Yahshua started rocking the ship, you know, to the heathen, where the heathen was like, what the hell have we done for this to come upon us? And they seen Jonah was on the boat, so they start on the ship, so they start questioning Jonah about like what you know, who he is and what he got going on, you know what I'm saying, to see because they ultimately they cast a lot to see if any of them caused these violent waves to come upon their ship. And ultimately the lot fell on Jot, so they start selecting Jonah, and they start questioning Jonah, you know, about if, you know, what's going on, uh, what's going on. And basically they threw him out the ship, man. They threw him out the ship because they realized, like, oh, okay, he pissed off the God of heaven, man. You know, the God of the Hebrews, you know, which was Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Alashadja. You know, they got spooked, threw his ass off the boat, man. All right, so they threw Jonah off the boat, and Jonah actually went into a belly of a whale, man. You know, which this is a real story, man, because you got people who try to dispute this story if it really happened, man. No, Yahweh Shem Yahshua has it's physical proof that you can go and research that people in our lifetime have actually been swallowed up in the belly of a fish, man, for multiple days, man. You know, in the belly of a whale for multiple days, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahshua definitely can do it, you know. So but the point is, Jonah ended up in this well, you know. So matter of fact, let me read up to 17. This Jonah chapter 1 verse 17. Now the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. You know, which that 3 days, you know, is you know, you could apply that to the 3 days in the three, you know, the 3 days, the 3 nights, however you want to say it, you know, the 3, you know, which 3 means understanding ultimately, but that 3 days and a half when, you know, the spirit of life entered into us, man, you know, which got us out of that position of hell that we was in, you know, as man of the Lord. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahshua sent us life, you know, well, he sent us heaven, you know, in hell, you know, because the kingdom of heaven dwelleth within us, you know. But it says, jumping down to verse chapter 2, it says, chapter 2 verse 1, then Jonah prayed unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua his power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, out of the fish's belly. So he was in the fish's belly, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction. So he cried by reason of his affliction unto the Lord. It says, and he said, I cried by my reason of affliction unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and he heard me out of the belly of hell, out of the belly of hell, man. All right, which you look this word up, hell, in the blue letter, you know, it tell you that, you know, it's talking about you know, underworld, which Esau, we know Esau going off in there, but ultimately you could read up in his verse, it said by reason of affliction. So the affliction that he was going through was the belly of hell, man. That was the belly of hell. That was the belly of the beast, man. His affliction was hell, man. Which when you go into that word trouble in Jeremiah 30:7, it goes into affliction, man. You know? So affliction, can be considered as hell, man. It says, and said, I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, Yahweh Shai. He heard me out of the belly of hell, cried I, and thou heardest my voice, man. You see? So affliction is in semblance to hell, man. Now, I'm gonna wrap it up on that. Let's go to Luke 16. Matter of fact, I want to get the word affliction. Let me get the word affliction on Google. No, I'm gonna look it up on Blue Letter. Salakia. I'm gonna look it up on Blue Letter. Let's just see what we get for that word affliction in Jonah 2:2. This Jonah chapter 2, verse 2.
Strong's H 6869. Sarah. Sarah.
Yeah. Oh man. Here we look. It's Sarah, and it says straits, distress, trouble. Trouble, man. That's Jacob's trouble, man. The affliction. That's the hell that what's gonna come up. Well, ultimately, listen to this though. You go into the translation count in the Strong's. You got trouble pop up for this word Sarah, affliction 40 times, distress, you know, uh affliction at 7 times, distress 8 times, affliction 7 times. So trouble came up 44 times to link up with affliction. Then 5 times adversity, anguish 5 times, and tribulation 3 times, which we're coming into the great tribulation. A time which has never been, which link up with the time that has never been in in Jeremiah 30:7, which is Jacob's trouble, man. Then you go into the Strong's definition. It says adversary, adversity, affliction, man. Come on, man. Tribulation, trouble. So this tribulation, this trouble that's come upon the earth is gonna be hell, man. That's gonna be hell on earth, man. It's gonna be hell on earth. All right. So let's go from here. Let's go to here. Luke. It's Luke chapter 16. It's Luke chapter 16 and verse 20. It's Luke chapter 16 verse, I started 19, Salakia. It's Luke chapter 16 verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores. So the rich man represents Esau, which Esau, he's in like he's in a heavenly position, man. Well, he's in a position of rulership, man. Esau is the rich man, and Lazarus, the beggar, he's in he's parabolic for Israel. Lazarus is Israel, and the rich man is Esau. It says, and desiring to be fed, verse 21, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. Yeah, that's you have Esau, putting more and more hell on Jake. Putting more and more hell on Jake. When he down to his in a position of hell. When Lazarus, when Jake is in the ultimate, we're in a hellish condition. We're in a hellish condition. We're going through great sufferings and great torments, still to this day. And Esau, he just aggravates that. He just aggravates it with his with his grievous laws and his his oppression. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. So ultimately, that's Abraham is who the promise was given to, which through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is that's that nation that comes through that seed line, which is the nation of Israel. is those who was given the promise from Yahweh Shem Shah, you know. So we know this talk that Lazarus, you know, is parabolic for Israel. It says the rich man also died and was buried and in hell. So when it said he was buried, because you go into the word hell, it speak about the grave, which that's one of the definitions for hell. It's either a state of condition or the grave, man. You know, that's it, man. Hell not that deep, man. Hell ain't going into no damn Hades where you got a big red man with a pitchfork, man. All right, that's not hell, man. It says in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments. You see, being in torments, man. You know, that's torments, you know, going into suffering. Matter of fact, let's go into the word torments. Let's go into the word torments, man. We're gonna look it up on Blue Letter. Let's see what we get on Blue Letter. Torments. Torment of suffering. That's hell, you know. So let's
Strong's G 931. Basanas. Basanas.
it says a touchstone, which is Salakia. Make sure that was the right word, cause hold on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this definition right here kind of going off. Let me get it in the etymology. See, Esau, he's the devil, man. That's that rich man, you know, and that's how he be licking the swords, man. You know, Jake already, you know, don't know who the hell they are, you know, trying to come back to his heritage. You know, he throw all type of stumbling blocks, you know. But here we go right here. Torment on Google in etymology. Severe physical or mental suffering. Severe physical or mental suffering. Cause to experience severe mental or physical suffering. And that's what Esau is going to go through. Well, read about it in Obadiah, man. You can read about it in the book of Obadiah. Esau. Well, you can read about it in Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. You know. Well, you could just look back. This what you could do. You could just look back on the history of everything that Esau has done unto the nation of Israel, and he's gonna have to go through that times too. You know, scripturally, that's what the scriptures speak on. So that's gonna be a great experience. This gonna be a great experience of mental and physical suffering. You know, but you look back on the history of everything the nation of Israel has been through, it's been nothing but mental and physical suffering, man. Okay, it says, going back to Luke chapter 16 and verse 23, it says, and he in hell, and in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, you know, because Abraham had Isaac, which Isaac was the father of Jacob and Esau, man. And then we know that Abraham pretty much is the father of all nations, you know. Just in case, you know, asshole want to be like, oh, okay, this, you see, he said father, you know, so, you know, it don't matter if you're Israelite or not. Shut the hell up. You don't know the scriptures. All right. It says, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water. So this how much hell and torment and suffering. This how much hell gonna be on Esau, man. That he's gonna be one. He just gonna want to dip his finger in water, man. You know, which is in semblance to just have any kind of help, you know, or ease up the hell he going through in any kind of way, you know. It says, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame, and I am tormented in this flame. Woo! Let me see what we get for that word flame. I know Esau probably gonna be with the shits, man. Flame. Salakia. Flame. Yeah, flame, ablaze. Oh man. Um Salakia. So I'm just we didn't get much for that flame, but that flame is in semblance to the fire that Esau's gonna be under, which is gonna be that extreme severe criticism and antagonism. It says uh verse 25, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted and thou art tormented. Because right now, this is this is Jacob's hell, man. Being here in this place, that's why I was saying, like, the state of condition, that we're in is ultimately the state of condition we're in hell right now. That's the state of condition that the nation of Israel is in, man. Still going through great suffering and torment to this day. you know, going through great sufferings and torments to this day, man. You know, that's the hell, man. And this is Esau's heaven because scriptures tell you he's not troubled like other men. You know, he has more than heart can wish, man. Well, the scriptures say he should, he says in his heart he should never be moved, man. He should never be in adversity. So this is Esau's heaven, man, and this is Jacob's hell, man. You know, this is Jake, nation of Israel. We're in a fucked up position, man. Well, you think about, like, especially for the elect, this is absolutely hell for us. We're going through fire. That's how we being brought through the fire, man. Because you can't. I was in a grocery store trying to get some cheese, and the majority of these cheeses got pork in them, man. That's literally hell. You can't even buy cheese, man. Cheese wasn't made to have no damn pork in it, man. you know. Or if you might got a certain type of brush you brushing your hair, it got pork in it. You try to use shampoo or a certain type of soap, it got pork in it, man. You know, Esau got all these damn whores out here, walking around asses out, selling cat, all type of shit, And one of these women might have husbands, man. You looking at them, you talking to them, you know, these women got, husbands, man. Or, you know, Esau right now, this is the biggest state of hell right now. He's trying to force make vaccinations mandatory, man. This is literally Jacob's hell, man. You're in this place, you're in literal hell, man. Okay? But this is Esau's heaven, man. This is Esau's heaven. But this not, if you an Israelite, this is not heaven for you unless you are of your father the devil, and you've taken on his ways, you know, you followed after him and his desire of hell, you know. Let's go to matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that in Habakkuk. This Habakkuk chapter 2. It's Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell. Who enlarges his desire as hell, man. So Esau's desire is hell, man. What Esau literally wants to destroy the nation of Israel, man. He want to put all them in the grave, man. All right. He wants to put them all in the pit, which he got them in the pit, which is his system, man. That beast system, man. He ultimately want to expand his beast system to the point where he chips everybody, man, which is the mark of the beast, man. He says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, letting you know that this nigga's all about death, man, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth to him all ancient nations and heapeth unto him all people, man. So the Esau, the so-called white man, he's about hell. He brings forth hell. Let's go to Deuteronomy, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32. It's Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 15. It says, but Jeshurun waxed fat. Yeah, Jeshurun waxed fat. Why? Because Jeshurun, Jeshurun means upright ones, And so Jeshurun, the upright ones, because it tell we if you we would have read up one verse in Habakkuk, which we just read from, it tell you that the soul that's in him is not upright. Talking about Esau, man. You know, so he's not of the upright ones, man. But ultimately, he got Jeshurun, the nation of Israel, who was made to be upright, following after his ways through all his the desire of hell that he pushes out, man. You know, so Jeshurun done wax fat off that, man. Jeshurun done start getting money off from the treasures of they start getting the treasures of wickedness, basically, man. You know, that's them waxing fat, man. Living good in a hellish ass condition, man. You know, it says, but Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Yahweh Shemashah, which made him enlighten, esteemed the rock of his salvation, man. That's, ultimately what the nation of Israel has done, man. They pretty much accepted being in hell, man. They've woe to them that call evil good. They've called evil good, man. They've turned the thing that was given unto them for evil, the thing that was given unto them for to get right, they've used that to be wronger, to be wrong. It says they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations they provoked him to anger, talking about Yahweh Shemel Shah. They sacrifice unto devils. They sacrifice unto devils, which who is the devil, man? The devil is Esau Edom, man. And how does Jake sacrifice unto devils? By taking on his hellish ass ways, man. You know, being accustomed to hell, man, and living, and enlarging their desire is hell, man. Which is death. Which I'm gonna get that. It says, matter of fact, let's get it real quick. Let's get it real quick because we gotta prove that point. It's Isaiah 28. It's Isaiah chapter 28 and verse I started 14. This Isaiah chapter 28 verse 14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, ye scornful man that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. Woo! Which Esau Edom has been given the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, man. So ultimately, Esau wicked ass, got his hands over all the wickedness that Jake is into, man. Or he pushes all the wickedness that Jake is into, man. But ultimately you got wicked ass rulers that Esau set up, you know what I'm saying, over Israel as well. It says, because they have said we have made a covenant with death. Yeah, they have made a covenant with death, which who is death, man? Who enlarges their desire as death and hell, man? That's Esau Edom, man. It says, and with hell are we at agreement, and with hell we are at agreement. So Jake has become an agreement with these hellish ass conditions, man. They have become an agreement with death, because all Esau brings, is death. He doesn't bring life. Well, this life that we're living is all about death. Well, Yahweh Shemashah, he literally created the earth to be a paradise, man. And you to live forever. He didn't create death, man. Scriptures tell you that in Wisdom of Solomon, Yahweh Shemashah made not death, man. So Yahweh Shemashah didn't made death, man. These wicked ass spirits that on the earth, brought forth death, man. And these people who have made covenants with these wicked ass spirits have made an agreement with hell, and a covenant with death, man. That's by living and sacrificing unto these devils, man. Living in these hellish ass conditions like it's okay. It says, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Yeah, and that falsehood, is you believing that hell is heaven, man. You know, that's why Jake don't want to give up this place, because they actually believe in their mind that this hellish ass condition is not that bad, man. This is really good, man. It's really good that we living like this, man. There's nothing wrong with the way that life is set up now, man. You know, but this is fucking horrible, man. This is literally hell. We are in hell, man. You know, you gotta work 40 plus hours a week, man, just to take care of your damn kids. You don't even got time, or pay your bills. You ain't even got time to do nothing, man. That's hell, man. But Jake is okay with that, man. Give him his 1 or 2 week vacation out the year, and Jake's cool with that, man. He don't have no problem with that, man. You know, he's run your money up, and you get to do a little something you want to do. Watch a little TV, just be an asshole here, man. You know, that's literally hell, man, and that's a falsehood, man. And your escape being through these little fucking gifts and goodies that Esau allows you to do, that the devil allows you to do, man. That's not a true escape, man. Yahweh Shema Shai is the refuge, man. But ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai is the heavenly Father, man. Is the heavenly Father, man, the God of the heavens, man. So that's where that's where prosperity is at, man. Not here in this hellish ass place, man. But jumping back to Deuteronomy 32:16, it says they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. So like I was at 17, but I'll just read this. It says they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations provoked him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh Shema Shai. They made lies their refuge, and trusting in falsehood, and made that agreement and that covenant with death, with the damn devil. It says, when they knew not to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Woo-wee! You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, that these new gods, who's the gods of the earth, man? Well, there's that same damn serpent who told Eve, in Genesis the 3rd chapter, that she didn't have to listen to God, man. Why? Because ultimately he wanted to be worship his God. He want, that's what Esau Edom wants. He wants people to listen to him as if he's a god. It says they sacrifice unto devils, not to Yahweh Shema Shai, to gods that whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Yeah, because Esau, he's a fucking base man. This nigga ain't never been nothing. He's never been nothing, man. Scriptures say, "Yea, our gods with a lowercase g." So talking about our nations, we as a people, we are gods. Of course, we're the sons of God, but us being the sons of God makes us God. The sons of Yahweh Shema Shai. Well, literally, the word Israel in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, which means princes of the power, man. It says, of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and has forgotten Yahweh by Shema Shai that formed thee. It says, and when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters, and he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith. Right, because our people believe that, it can't be nothing better than this. Like the way this place is set up, living in this place, getting you some cars, getting you some money, some cars, some bitches, a big house, you know what I'm saying? That's heaven, man. Paradise on earth, man. And then Jake like, okay, when I die, I'm gonna go to heaven and just float around and just, do nothing. Man, you forgot who Yahweh Shema Shai is, man. He's the creator. He's the creator of everything you enjoy, man. He created righteousness and wickedness, but you guys have made covenant with wickedness. You don't even know what righteousness is anymore, man. And righteousness bring forth the precious fruit of immortality, man. Living forever is better than having to die. It says, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Yahweh Shem Shai. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. Yeah, with the vanities, man. These profitless things, man. You know, those treasures of wickedness, man. Like I tell you in Proverbs 10th chapter, treasures of wickedness profit of nothing. You know, it says, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. Talking about Esau, because that nigga is not a damn person, man. He's a beast. With these heathen, you know, they're nothing but beasts, you know. And you know, that's the hellish condition that we're in. It says, I will provoke them to anger with the foolish nation. Yes. Speak about that in Job the 30th chapter, children of fools. You know, it says, for a fire is kindled in my anger. So a fire is kindled in my anger. So we know when Yahweh Shem Shai is angry, there comes forth fire, man. Which fire, you know, is in, you know, is supposed to be all in hell. You know, it says, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and it shall burn unto the lowest hell, which means Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna bring you down to the worst of the worst, man. He's gonna put you in a horrible condition, man, which is gonna be Jacob's trouble, man, which we're coming into, which is gonna be hell on earth. It says, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on foundation. It's like, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Yeah, so Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna ultimately bring all out hell and calamity upon this place, man. You know, and all the infrastructure and the foundations of hell, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna consume it. You know, that's why it speak about in Revelation, the 20th chapter, that death and hell. Well, let's get that real quick. This Revelation, the 20th chapter. It's Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, man. So that's Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, sending that fire upon this place and bringing it to the lowest hell, man. You know, that's you know, and consuming the mountains thereof, man. That's Yahweh Shem Shai, destroying the infrastructure and the foundation of this place and consuming it utterly, man. You know, that's gonna be the hell that he gonna bring upon this place, man. That's why death and hell is gonna be cast into the lake of fire, which is ultimately gonna be those nuclear missiles, man. Which is, you know, we went into how that's gonna be the ultimate hell on earth, man. You know, it's gonna be literally a lake of fire, which, you know, these people look at as hell. You know, let me get let's get Revelation 6. This Revelation 6 in verse 8. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him, man. And we just read about that in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, about he enlarges his desire as hell, man, and as death, man. You know, it's talking about Esau's wicked ass. And power was given unto them over the power, it's like over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth, man. That's what Esau has been doing, you know, since he came into the power. Into power, he's been bringing all out hell, man. He's been bringing all out hell to the point right now that we're at, where he's bringing all out hell, man. You know, this nigga actually, you know, created a disease that's real or fake. It don't even matter, you know. And now when he wants to vaccinate people, he wants to force lockdown people, man. And then he wants to implement his new world order, man, and chip your ass, man. You know, this nigga literally, you know, is all about death and hell. And if you're not with getting his chip, he wants to kill you, man. You know, or if you're not with conforming to his system, he's gonna try to kill you, man. You know, so death and hell follows him, man. You know, and that's, you know, that's the conditions that he puts you under, man, which is all out hell. You know, let's go to 2 Peter. Let's go to 2 Peter 2 and verse 4. It's like 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. 2 Peter 2 and 4. I ain't even know I've been going for an hour. I'm gonna try to, get a couple more of these pre's. I'm gonna just wrap it up soon, cause Jake probably done been stopped listening. Jake don't got no good attention span. But it's on you if you don't want to get fed. This is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. This 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. For if Yahweh Shem Shah spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. So look, Yahweh Shem Shah didn't spare the old angels that sinned, which the old angels that sinned were the sons of God, which ultimately were the same spirits that are through the upright ones of Jeshurun, which is Israel. He cast them down to hell to be delivered into chains of darkness, which is this flesh, which is being subject to death, to be reserved unto judgment, which the great judgment of Yahweh Shem Shah is going to be the lake of fire, man, which we're coming into. Let's get let's see. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna get a couple more. We're gonna wrap it. Let's go to Daniel 3. Let's go to Daniel 3. And I'm just gonna get the point on this, This Daniel chapter 3 and in verse I started 14. Nebuchadnezzar said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Which that's all out hell trying to force somebody to follow an image, which this is literally what Edom is doing, trying to make you conform to his image, the image of the beast. Now, if they be ready that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made, well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. That's their position. That's their straits and the stress that he gonna put under you, man. That's the modern day fiery furnace, man. That's the hell. And who is that Yahweh Shem Shah? Well, who is that God, Salakia, that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If so be that our power, Yahweh Shem Shah, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace and deliver us out of thine hand, O king. So ultimately, I read now. I'm gonna just jump down to 19. It says, Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it want to be heated. Man, that's gonna be that when Esau ramp up, when he come down with that great wrath, like I speak about in Revelation the 12th chapter, man. It says, I'm gonna just jump down to 25. So basically, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were cast into the midst of this fiery furnace, because they didn't want to bow down and worship the God of King Nebuchadnezzar, his image, which was none but damn gold, none but a damn statue, and so he threw him in a furnace of fiery furnace, and it says ultimately, he sent the mighty man to come bound and throw him in, and had burnt the mighty man up, what I'm saying. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't get burned up, but it's gonna speak about it. This verse 25. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the fourth is like the son of Yahweh, the son of God, man. So, ultimately, Yahweh Shai, was in his fire, of course, but Yahweh Shem Shai protected Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in this hellish condition, which, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to bring hell upon the earth, but he's going to actually bring people out of hell, man. Because Because it speak about that. Matter of fact, let's get this in Psalms real quick. This Psalms chapter 16. So Yahweh Shemashah can bring you to hell, but bring you out, which that's contrary to Christian doctrine. They prove like once you go, they say once you go to hell, that's it. You know, that's it forever. You know, this Psalm chapter 16 verse 10. It says, "For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell." Woo! There's this place right here. Yahweh Shemashah is not going to suffer us to dwell in Egypt anymore. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter. Neither will thy suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Right? So Yahweh Shemashah is not going to leave us in hell, man. He's not going to suffer his Holy One to see corruption, which ultimately he going to send the Holy One, man. Our Lord Yahweh Shah. You know, he gonna send him, and the day of vengeance burn up in his heart. And he's coming to get his men. You know, and he's coming to get his men. Now let's go to the prayer of Azariah and the Apocrypha. Salakia. Because we read about, you know, Azariah, Hananiah, and I can't remember the other brother. Azariah, Salakia. Yeah, Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, you know, which was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know, this was the prayer that they was praying when they got thrown in the fiery furnace. You know, when they got thrown in hell, and it's gonna tell you, they're gonna say hell. This which was literally fire. You know, that was a fiery. There was a fire that they was in. It was literally under fire. You know, it says prayer of Azariah 1:66. O Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, bless ye the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, praise and exalt him above all forever, for he have delivered us from hell. He have delivered us from hell, man. You know what I'm saying? So they was in a hellish ass condition, you know, but they didn't literally go to hell. They wasn't in hell in that fiery furnace, but they were in hell. They was it was a hellish ass condition. You know, they wasn't in the hell that these people say is hell, you know, and saved us from the hand of death and delivered us out of the midst of the furnace and burning flame, even out of the midst of the fire have he delivered us. You see? So that's letting you know that, you know, you could be under fire, which they were literally in fire, and Yahweh Shemashah brought them through that, you know. And I'm gonna just get this in Zechariah 13. I'm gonna wrap it up. Zechariah, Salakia. This Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part shall be left therein. You know, that's talking about the remnant. And I will bring the third part through the fire, through the hell, you know, and will refine them as silver is refined, you know, and that's happening right now. We're being brought through this hell, man. Literally, you know, all these things are coming upon everybody that dwell upon the earth, man. You know, Esau finna get ready to try to lock down his new world order, but literally, Yahweh Shemashah is gonna bring us through this, and he's keeping us calm through it. He's bringing us through this hell, man. Everything else, all the other oppression that we were subject to, you know, since we had to be, you know, since we've been in the truth under the damn devil's rulership, you know, in our whole life under his rulership, you know, we being refined right now, and ultimately we're gonna be refined, you know, in that time of trouble, Lord willing, if we you know, keep our resolve like you know, Ananias, Mishael, and Azariah, you know, did, you know, in that fiery furnace. You know, it says, and will try them as gold is tried, which is speak about that in 1 Peter first chapter about how the precious trial of our faith is more the trial of our faith is more precious than fire, you know, which this believing that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to deliver us, although we're going to be in a position of all out hell on earth. They shall call out on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is my power. You see? You know, so Yahweh Shema Shai going to bring us through hell, man. You know, he's not going to allow our soul to dwell in hell. Lord willing, we be those men, you know. But that's it, man. You know, I pray through the spirit of prophet, Yahweh Shema Shai is edifying, and I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone, rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, shalom to the elect.